Hey everybody. So it's a Thursday afternoon. It's about, we'll say 85 degrees out here. Sunny, mostly clear skies. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm actually enjoying today. All of the things that are going on, all of the thoughts that are going through my head in regards to YouTube, in regards to my life, in regards to just living and being alive, there's nothing pressing. Nothing is completely pushing in so hard that I'm worried about anything today. It's actually very rare for me. I actually sat here with the camera set up and just listened and breathed and felt, the breeze, which is not much of one, but there's some. And it's peaceful. And I forget many times that I don't have to always be doing something. One of the reasons why you guys see these posts, and these uploads, and one of the reasons why I spend so much time on YouTube and so much time rambling into the camera for you guys is because, as I've mentioned before, I don't have any real life friends that I do anything with. I actually do very, very little, if anything at all, most of the time. If I'm not at work, then I am at home, and if I'm at home, I'm generally on the computer, and if I'm not on the computer, I'm playing video games online with the one friend that I do talk to on a regular basis, who is still back in Seattle. So we're always limited by his work schedule and my work schedule, and we chat throughout the day, but we don't really do much else. And so I figure you guys probably would enjoy staring at my dog as opposed to staring at my living space. Excuse me. But another reason why I do so much of this is because I get conversations out of it. I get to talk to people, and while I probably should be inside writing replies to personal messages, I figured, these are the kinds of days that I actually enjoy weather-wise, and I don't know how much the wind is messing this up, but if you guys could just hear what it sounds like when there aren't cars driving by. There are a couple of different birds, a few different insects, and just the wind going through the trees. It's peaceful. It really reminds me of the movie Phenomenon. If you haven't seen the movie, I actually recommend it. I think it was actually really a great movie. It kind of cheesy-ish, but it was right around, I think it came out in 1996, and I bought the soundtrack, and the soundtrack was played almost every day, multiple times, when I first got to Oral Roberts University. So anytime I hear the music from that soundtrack, or anytime I hear, the songs even redone by somebody else, I just think back to that time. And it was the good time. It was the beginning. It was when I met Mary, and my roommate and I got along actually rather well. And it was actually really enjoyable. Being away from my family, other than having my sisters there, being away from my family was enjoyable because I didn't feel like I had all of the rules and regulations that were keeping me from enjoying anything. And yet at the same time, I was enjoying everything that I had to do and enjoying everything that I didn't have to do. It was good. Classes got out, and my roommate and I, or a couple other wingmates and I, would head off to a restaurant or a coffee shop or something like that, and we would just spend the entire evening just hanging out, having a good time, meeting new people. Hey, look, it's my foot. So far you guys have seen my hands and one of my feet. Yes, my middle toe is longer than my big toe. I don't know what that means. I had a therapist tell me, here, I'll show you my hand. I had a therapist tell me that with the ring finger being longer than my index finger, that has to do with a certain chemical balance, which leads to, I can't remember what she said now. I don't know. I'll see if I can find the study or at least some cursory information on it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it does actually have to do with the, I believe, dopamine, serotonin. I think there's 2 other chemicals that are involved in that during your formation. And those levels determine, or at least help determine, what type of personality and psychoses you're going to have when you get older. She related it to my desire to travel and to move around and do more stuff. But anyway, back to Oklahoma. Sorry, Bubby. Jeez, relax. That reaction is what I get every time I touch any of his feet. And he chews his own nails, and sometimes we run on the concrete or pavement so that he can scrape them down, but he just absolutely hates it. Never been able to break him of that, and kind of got done trying. Once he started biting his own nails, I figured, well, they're never going to be too bad, and they really are never too bad. You can see there, maybe on that, the dew claw on his left foot is really short. That's usually the one that runs into the most problems when they get long. A lot of times they curl under. We had a dog where they curled under, and that was just a pain in the ass, and it caused her discomfort. And so, we all hated having to deal with it, and Dad took over the duties because basically we just kept cutting them too short. But of course we were kids and a little stupid, so of course we cut them too short. It's like, hey, look, let's just cut off the whole thing, then we don't have to worry about it. Yeah. I feel a little bad for the dogs that we had when we were kids, which there were only 2, but still. Let's see if I can go back to ORU again. I don't think that I really can. It was my only... when people talk about the college experience and they talk about going off to college and partying and meeting new people and, meeting new girls and, oh my God, it's so awesome, and you're living on campus and it's just great. The only time that I ever did that was at ORU. And at ORU, it was a continuation of the indoctrination. And so it basically wasn't your stereotypical college experience, which I realize that the majority of people didn't have a stereotypical college experience. But I at least had the chance to have the stereotypical college experience, and then I chose the wrong college to have that stereotypical college experience, and yeah. But it was as close as I ever got, and I really had fun, and I really enjoyed it for the first couple of months. And as you guys know from my other videos, I just eventually dropped into depression and became a hermit, and yeah, it was a strange time. But I'm trying not to focus on the strange times or the bad times right now, because I'm comfortable and I'm okay today. So, yeah, it was awesome when I first got there. It was absolutely awesome. One of the best experiences of my life. I don't know how many I have. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do a tally one of these days and say, okay, I can fit them all on 2 hands, or I can fit them all on 1 hand, but regardless. I'm still drinking coffee. It's past 12 o'clock noon, and I still can't quite wake up. And I sort of need to because I have to go to work. But regardless. So there's 9 minutes of rambling for you, almost 10 minutes of rambling for you. I apologize if it was too much rambling, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go for at least another minute here. The AdSense nonsense. The AdSense nonsense has been cleared up. You guys may or may not have seen the bulletin that I posted, and I did update the description of the video that mentioned the AdSense nonsense, and it's completely cleared up, but we'll see what actually happens as we go forward. All right, bye.